Hi, I'm Bran. I'm having a good time talking about Hallmark Christmas movies.
Do you love them?
I love them.
I'm Ryan, and we're already off the rails, and Bran just stole my line. So I love Hallmark Christmas movies.
You both love them, huh?
We both love them?
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, it's a cool time.
I'm making it a clean slate.
I'm Dan. I'm having a good time, and I hate
No!
Hallmark Christmas movies, and this is the Deck the Hallmark Podcast.
Deck the Hallmark, it's his podcast. Brandon and friends host his podcast. We hope you like this jolly podcast.
Well, hello, everybody. It's great to be
boy.
here today. Thursday, Christmas in July. We're doing something fun every Thursday. The Rye Guy is back. He's here to 1-2 punch some classic. Now, can I tell everybody the truth here? I scoured the schedule of Hallmark Christmas in July movies for July. And wouldn't you know it, we've done them all. Everything that Hallmark's playing for the next month, we've done. And so I was like, well, we've got Hallmark movies now.
Yeah.
We accidentally paid for that for a year, so let's use it. So we went on to that app, and I found some classic movies that, honestly, people have asked us to do I think all of these at some point over the last 5 years, and so it feels good to finally get to these. All of these were found on Hallmark movies now, and Ryan is going to join us every Thursday to do one of these classic Hallmark
And
Christmas
also,
movies.
Ryan said after we finished Ride, the series, he said, I would love to review more things with you of that quality. And so we said, we'll do our best.
Gosh.
I don't know if that was said. If so, it was said offline. I'm pumped about this. It should be known that I had a very questionable turkey sandwich before this. So if I'm a little off my game, I just
You might have a case of the belly whompers.
Oh, don't steal my weight watch.
Real belly whopper situation.
I had a feeling it wasn't getting to me, so I figured I'd throw it out there. And you just tossed it up like a softball, right?
All three of us have the
not
old
me.
belly
I-
whompers
that's
down.
right.
Don't you worry. And we'll still use it. Don't you worry, buddy. I don't know if I know this about you. What's your history with Hallmark Christmas movies? Because I know you have watched them, and I know that you reviewed one with us.
Drunk.
And I know
I know you've watched them.
And I know
I
that-
know you've reviewed them.
and I know
Right? Tell us more about your time with Hallmark movies.
a really good time.
It's so much fun.
Take it away, bud.
Thanks, Bran, for that seamless toss.
Thank you.
I'm a long time. I've never seen this one in particular, but I was there from the Moonlight and Mistletoe days, and so definitely I was in my late teens, early 20s, and then I'm not a 40 a movie guy a season, but 15 to 20, I'd say. I enjoy them immensely. I'm a big fan of Christmas Song from way back up until Ghost of Christmas Always, everything in between.
Wow.
So I know a thing or two potentially.
Are you the type of guy like myself that will go home and just kind of throw it on during the holiday season to have the aesthetic, or do you need to be sitting down and like watching it?
A little bit of column A, a little bit of column B. Definitely, I love it as background noise. But I will say that I scour the schedule when it hits every year. And it's like, if there is anyone I know from 1990 to 2001 in one of them, I'm watching it automatically.
Yeah.
So it's like, so that can get me to 12 off rip. And then if there's 6 plots I like, boom. And then you could add in Lifetime and everything else. So it's like, as I get busier in my old age, it's becoming more of a challenge. But across platform, I got to be at least 25 or so a year.
The day the new movie schedule comes out,
It's a big day around here.
It's a big day. We print it out. We put it on the wall.
It's a big day.
It's
Even
a big
for me,
day.
I enjoy that
He
day.
gets excited about that day.
We did that last time you were in Mexico.
I was in Mexico on a vacation with only my wife. My kids weren't there, and I said, "Babe, I got to go live."
That's because
with
we
the
sent him a
boys.
notification that's saying the bump was on Twitch, and then he immediately was like,
I gotta go talk to the boys about the Hallmark movies, babe. You don't know how big of a deal this is. And she was like, yeah, you do. That's how awesome she is. We went down to Cancun, and she said, babe, you gotta go talk about the Hallmark movies with the boys. And so it's a great day. I can't wait for that day. It's probably usually October, September time.
Usually, yeah.
September, I feel like
it's very exciting. Very exciting. All right.
That.
Christmas ornament is what we're talking about. Speaking of Christmas ornament, look at these big old balls right here. For those of you watching on Philo, these big old ornaments.
Hopefully you're all watching on Philo. If you're just listening, that got out of hand in a hurry.
What I'm talking about are these amazing red ornaments from Balsam Hill that were sent over, and they are incredible. I have never in my life had ornaments this big at my disposal.
That's right.
I don't know what to do with myself.
Or, as Brand says, look at these big old balls.
Look at these big old balls.
Come on, guys.
This metallic Christmas tree, if you open it up, it's a candle.
It's incredible.
And inside that candle, it smells
y'all
like everything
I'll
I love
be
about
honest,
Christmas.
We haven't even lit this candle yet.
It's unreal.
You just smell it. You open up the top of that lid, and it's like, did I just is it Christmas? Did I just transport to December?
I'm a hard and fast Thanksgiving to Christmas is Christmas season kind of guy. The smell of this candle made me immediately get in the Christmas spirit. And this tree over here is slowly convincing me. I got it, don't worry. This tree over here is slowly convincing me that I may need to give artificial trees a shot because it looks amazing. And
you're giving one a shot, buddy. It's right there.
Oh my goodness.
You're the closest to it. And it is beautiful. And all of this, Balsam Hill sent it to us. And we're blown away by it. We love it.
And then you can get 5% off the already 50% off sale.
Up to 50% off all July for Christmas in July, and then an extra 5% with the podcast code. Which is podcast.
The podcast code is.
Are you writing that down? You writing that down?
I 55%
up
off
to
the preeminent Christmas brand in the world. Yeah, I'm writing it down.
That's all caps for podcast.
Ryan, all caps. It is cap sensitive. Ryan,
case sensitive.
How many times over the years have you watched one of these movies and seen them unbox a Balsam Hill tree and gone, I got to get one?
Yeah.
Countless.
Yeah, I mean, I promise this is not a bit. I'm not joking. Every year when they show the tree flipping in reverse and then all of a sudden it's just upright, I lose it every time.
Flip it and reverse it.
And so, now that 55% off,
up to.
I'm in.
I'm in.
Up to.
I don't want anyone to get mad at me. It's up to. It's up to.
Yeah, no, we're not talking about it, but again, 5% if you use promo code.
That's no brainer. That's on everything.
But we are talking about the Christmas ornaments, and there's lots of ornaments on there, including the ornaments on their tree. It's very exciting. Let's talk about the Christmas ornament, the Hallmark movie that originally premiered on the Hallmark Channel on November 16th, 2013, and it went a little something like this. Kathy, she's out there. She's riding her bike. She's riding her bike, and wouldn't you know it, she loses her mittens. She loses her little mittens. You think that's going to come back?
Nah.
Maybe it is. And they pop her on right out of the bike. It's her first Christmas, I think. Her husband's not with her anymore. And Christmas is tough. And she's now running the bike shop without him. It's not going great.
Did you like this movie?
Hold on.
Okay.
Business is slow. Her friend Mario is willing to buy her out of her lease.
His brother Luigi had something to say about it, though.
Damn.
You're a real peach, bud. She goes with her friend to go to the Christmas tree lot because her friend's going to get a tree. She's saying, I don't want a tree this year, but her friend's like, I need to get a tree. So come with me. It's December 7th. We got to get a tree. So they go, and wouldn't you know it, there's a hunk there named Tim. Tim runs the lot. They hit it off. They are both small business owners. They both like skating. They both like looking at each other. They're having a good time doing all of those things. She also is very passionate about baking. She loves to cook. She loves doing that. And he encourages her. Maybe, have you ever thought about making cookies your business or selling your cookies somewhere? Maybe you know someone, maybe even
start a bakery,
maybe even sell them at the Christmas tree lot.
Christmas cookies
all
for
all year long. So she's like, wow, that's pretty crazy. When word gets out that there's cookies for sale at the lot and that and that they're her cookies.
Woo! That's good cookies.
People go nuts.
Woo! Bumps on Twitch.
Good cookies. All caps. Yeah.
People are lining up like these cookies are the best, and they must be. They're going nuts.
They're lining up like they're the best, everybody.
So there is one scene where the two of them, they both go skating so early in the morning, there's no one else in the rink, and they're skating like around each other, and it is the most sensual skating scene I've ever seen, where two people are on opposite sides of the skating rink. I just don't know how they did. They're just making, they're just like, oh, you're skating? I'm skating this way. I'm skating this way. Look at
It's a very specific list, Fran. The most sensual skating scene I've ever seen.
Two
when
people
people are at opposite
I mean,
ends of the
as
ring.
by the time you finished the description, I had no choice but to agree with you.
Thank you. Thank you. What's the other list? Gordon Bombay and his dad?
How dare you? You've seen a little movie called The Cutting Edge?
You're right. Do you remember that time that Ryan said his list was D2, D3, then
Oh.
D1?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm just saying it. I'm wearing a D3 shirt to Bramble Fest. Put it on the board. I bought it specifically to wear at Bramble
You're coming to Bramble Fest?
Well, I can tell you one. I can tell you one thing that's not on that shirt. It's Gordon Bombay
'Cause he just
he's
shows up
just
at the
not
end.
there.
Guys, we're already... Dan has a heart out. I don't have time to tell you you're wrong right
My
now.
heart out is in an hour 20. So if that's a problem, then we have a problem. And unlike Dean Portman, your letter for Bramble Fest didn't get lost in the mail.
I think the varsity was at work in that situation. You're wrong about Bombay's efforts in D3.
Okay,
but-
whatever.
It's knuckle puck time. That's
Yeah,
all I'm gonna say.
That's all you need to say.
At least we all agree D2's the best.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, far and away. And it's a summer film, so we should watch it.
Let's go shake their hands. He brings her a Christmas tree, and she tells him about the ornaments that her husband got her, and how she's not going to set up a tree, but then they end up setting up the tree, and it's this big romantic time. And he ends up getting her an ornament, which is like above and beyond. He ends up telling her about how he was in love with a woman named Rebecca. They dated for a few years, didn't work out. She said, I don't know anything about her. And so they're really getting to know each other, having a good time, and wouldn't you know it, they end up kissing. But Rebecca shows up. Remember Rebecca from a minute ago? Rebecca shows up, and Tim is all out of wonkiness now. He's just like, what is going on?
Out of
Rebecca's here. She's grabbing my arm. She's talking to me. The guy is so out of wonky that he doesn't even show up for his morning skate. He says, no, I gotta take some time to reflect.
They had a chance to be number 2 on
I
know.
one and two. Can you imagine that? And then Bombay is dead. So when she tries to talk to Tim about how she thinks that she's going to go ahead with this cookie thing, Tim starts to act all weird and is like, I'm tired. I can't, and I didn't even skate this morning. I don't know if I'm going tomorrow, but I'm tired. And she's like, that's weird. And then the ornament that Tim gave her fell and shatters everywhere. And you're like, is that symbolizing the ending of their potential relationship? Is that shattered? Is that what we're doing here? Is it? She goes to Tim's lot. And guess who she sees? Tim and Rebecca. Arm in arm! Locked! In lockstep with each other. She drives off, and then after she drives off, he's like, what are we doing here? Don't grab my arm. What are you doing?
He doesn't do that.
Well, they do. He
They
does
walk
take it away.
around and then they-
But once she drives off, he takes away the lock.
He takes away the lock.
He takes away the lock.
I'm pretty sure they disappear behind the trees arm in arm. And
Yes.
then when they walk back out, they are no longer arm in arm.
No, but he does take
I
it
don't
away.
ever see him do that.
He takes the away, and he's like, what are we doing here?
But they were going to have to break arm in arm eventually.
Yeah, okay.
There's never a physical moment where he's like, get out of here. He stops and he goes, hey, I'm never going to be with you again. But he doesn't pull his arm away like that.
Yeah. I'm with Dan.
All right, guys.
It's important.
Okay. Anyway, Let's get to this.
He's out of wonkiness.
He's out of wonkiness.
Hey, I just got out of wonkiness. Looks like
Fresh
smooth
out.
sailing from here.
He basically says, hey, Rebecca, shove off. I don't need this anymore. And then she gets in the mail a letter in a box from her dead husband. And what is it? It's an ornament. And what ornament is it?
It's a Christmas ornament.
The same ornament that Tim got her, that shattered, he is given to her. And is that symbolism for, hey, you should go ahead and move with this thing? Yeah, I think it is. Because they get back together and they kiss and it's Christmas time forever. And that, my friends, was the Christmas ornament.
We did
All
it.
out of wonkiness.
Yeah, you are.
Let's take a quick break.
Fresh out.
And we'll come back and we'll break this movie down even more here on Take the Hallmark.
Take the Hallmark.
Great job, Rye. Welcome back, everybody. We're talking about the 2013 classic, The Christmas Ornament. We're talking about the hot take, where we share exactly how I felt about this movie.
It's just getting too late in the day for you.
And I will start with you, Ryan. Ryan, I do want to know, one, had you seen this movie before? Two, what did you think about it?
Surprisingly, I had not seen this flick before. And again, I was watching Hallmark during this era. And I'm a little nervous here because I think so far out of the however many weeks I've been doing this, half a year or so, I think Dan mostly looks at me as a articulate, reasonable reviewer. Yeah. But when it comes to these Christmas flicks, boy, I got to tell you, I really liked this thing, and up until about the last 10 minutes, which we'll get to. But I was trying to early on to figure out why it was called The Christmas Ornament when it was about bikes and cookies, but we got there eventually.
It took a long time. I had the same thought.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. I liked Kathy and Cameron Matheson's chemistry from jump. I thought the
Who's
emotional
Kathy?
state.
Is that
The lead.
The lead? I don't know her real name.
Okay, so he's Kelly Martin's her real name. He did a.
I see.
I got you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cameron Matheson's on that level of people like Andy McDowell. She's Andy
That's
McDowell.
right.
She's not Dell.
Yeah.
For better or worse, Cameron's in that camp. I thought the emotional stakes were established early on, and I actually was decently invested. What I think is interesting doing this the way that we're doing it, these earlier 2010 flicks, I think aren't so beholden to what has now become the Hallmark pattern. Yep. And I think I don't know if for better or worse, but in this case, this film was better for it. I feel like in 2023, Cameron Matheson's a bit of a character of himself, but I really liked him in this flick. And again, I thought the chemistry was really good. I really liked Rebecca coming in. I thought this was a very interesting way for the film to do this. I have a lot of thoughts that Rebecca kind of gets the shaft here, in my opinion. I was pretty emotionally invested by the time the ornament breaks, but then I kind of thought that I didn't think the film was overly melodramatic until about this last 15, 20 minutes when it got quite melodramatic. I have many, many thoughts on her getting this letter in the mail. I will save them. Overall, I'm not sure the ending landed for me, but 75 of the 90 minutes were quite enjoyable. Thumbs up from the Rye Guy by and large.
The movie's 83 minutes long, so what he said is
67 minutes
75 of the 83.
Quality entertainment. 3/4 of the film were cool.
I just want to start off by saying that this movie started off on an uphill battle because when I go
on an uphill battle.
Because when I go onto the Hallmark,
I just got out of wonkiness. I'm on an uphill battle. I'll get back to you.
Because when I go to the Hallmark Movies Now app, Dan walked away. He was like, "Get the next movie queued up," which is so stressful, by the way. I open up the Hallmark Movies Now app, and what's the word for the Christmas ornament? What's the word that you would search to find this movie? Ornament, right?
Ornament.
That's the movie. That's the one you would do. If at least on RN, on our Roku TV, on that particular app, when you search the word ornament,
nada.
It does not pop up.
Yeah.
You have to type out the Christmas ornament.
Maybe if you typed you would have got
the ornament. No, I don't know.
Just the.
So I was already a little frazzled. I was already a little bit in wonkiness. I noticed in this movie it had it just 2013 different vibe. It felt a little different. It looked different. I always like seeing Cameron Matheson. I could honestly listen to him read the phone book and I'd have a good time. I just love hearing him say things, and it's just so like cute and sweet.
Got that like raspy, like higher
it's
raspy.
just it's like sweet.
Joe
I like
Biden in his youth.
Yeah, hey, give me that.
Come on,
come on.
I'm not playing around here.
Just give me a little of that stuff. A little ornament. The app doesn't work.
Folks, I'm serious.
You search for the word ornament.
Serious here. It doesn't work.
It's something I can try it for yourself.
Hallmark Movies app.
You like cookies?
So that's where I was at going into this movie, and I was pleasantly surprised. It's definitely more mellow, and it's definitely like I don't know. It's not overly sad, but it kind of feels sad. It has like a sadder vibe to it. The ornament shattering shattered my heart. The ornament coming back in the box from her dead husband crushed. Love that. And so overall, a good time. Maybe not my favorites. I didn't necessarily I prefer the vibe today versus 2013 vibe, but I liked it.
Yeah, I will say this. The vibe is definitely different. There's mid-movie kiss. There's a lot of things that break the rules of the movies we saw in a lot of the 20-teens. One rule they don't break is the movie still sucks. This movie, I literally forgot about it in between us finishing watching it at 11:58 this morning and recording at 3:15 this afternoon. I literally was like, what movie was this? Christmas Ornament. I don't remember that movie at all. And that's unfortunate because Kelly Martin is great. The movies I've seen her in on Hallmark are terrible. She's great. Cameron Matheson, great. But the movie, it is not about an ornament for the majority of the film. It just isn't. I think they do this Rebecca character wrong. Big time wrong.
Yep.
And then this idea that someone likes baking so that they're just going to open a Christmas cookie bakery is just just absurd. And so I didn't have a lot of wait what's because I was just really bored for a lot of this movie. When the ornament broke, it did nothing for me. I'm sorry. It just wasn't very good. It is better than a lot of those cookie cutter movies. This is before the movies were mass produced by Hallmark. So I think in 2016, I think there was 15 or 16 movies. And then in 17, there was 30. But in 2013, my guess is there's probably 6 to 10 of these things.
My guess is going to be 12.
It doesn't feel like it's cookie cutter mass produced. It doesn't feel that way.
Sure.
It does feel boring and it's not good. But the thing he said about figure skating, sure, that's not true. And yeah, so we did it and it's done and I've already forgotten it.
Wow. Let's get to all the feels. We were talking about what gave us those feels. Ryan?
Bran, thank you. So
Ryan?
I'm gonna Dan, thank you. I'm gonna fuse two together here. I honestly had a bunch. Rarely do I have more than a couple feels, but I'm gonna pare down to these two. Bran, you said you were gutted at a certain point. I was gutted when she asks him if he's gonna be at the rink after Rebecca came back, and he was like, I don't know, we'll see. And I was like, man, this is, Dan, to your point, to get serious for just a second, I was like, Hallmark films don't feel this. The stakes weren't high, but they felt believable in that moment to me. And so I do think we've veered away from that. The tension these days, again, because of the formula, usually feels so predictable and kind of so manufactured that this being a little slower, I think served a moment like that, even if the rest of the film from that point didn't land for me. The other thing, and I don't know if this is the right time to talk about it or not, can we talk about Cameron Matheson's decision here real quick? I think, listen, Kelly Martin and him had wonderful. Rebecca didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah.
Rebecca didn't cheat on Cameron Matheson. She seems like a very, very nice person. Kelly Martin is still very much grieving. I don't know if Cameron Matheson made the right decision here. I'm opening up.
Yeah,
what type of feel is that? Just to make sure we put the title on
that
it?
is the second one's a what the Hallmark, I think for sure. But I do want to talk about it because I think you hit a lot of the right points there. But your first one is great because the feels that you get in this movie for a very brief moment, the feels are, oh my goodness, Cameron Matheson's character is thinking about actually staying with Rebecca. There's a there's a fleeting moment in this film where he's like, Rebecca's back. That's my girl. That's who I'm going
the only
with.
reason they broke up is because she said, you don't know me. It was like, hey, we've been together for 3 years and I don't feel like you've put in the effort. She's willing to come back.
Also,
you get another chance.
I want to be clear. Kelly Martin's husband died 9 months ago.
Exactly. Exactly. And sorry.
No, I just like, that's a quick turnaround right there.
It's a quick turnaround.
That's a quick turnaround.
And the other thing the film does to its credit is they don't make Rebecca a villain, like, which in turn makes me go, they kind of gave Rebecca a raw deal here. And granted, they introduce her 55 minutes into the film. She's not going to be with Cameron Matheson, but it's a double-edged sword because they make her a very believable, like, fun, nice character love interest. And then they're like, you know what? She's just not right for him, but they don't really tell us why.
And they make her seem like a monster.
Yeah, but she's not. Like they don't write her as a monster either. So that was a bit conflicting. Maybe all of that was a wait what. I've been off for a few weeks, so I might be a bit rusty. Also, the turkey sandwich. Keep it in mind.
What was so wrong about this turkey sandwich?
Belly Whompers.
Dude, the Chipotle mayo just wasn't hitting. Like I had to scarf this thing down to come do this with you guys.
Did you get a sandwich from Subway?
No. I stopped eating fresh long ago.
That's right. Yeah.
But
you have a full-time job, Ryan. You don't listen. You don't have to make excuses to anybody.
Yeah, it's a small local deli. I'm not going to put them on blast just in case they're listening, but their Chipotle mayo wasn't it. Hopefully everything's okay.
Tino's Deli in Hartford, Connecticut. I'm just kidding.
That's not even remotely accurate.
Oh, boy.
Fran?
Thank you. First of all.
Ryan?
As a bike rider...
No.
Stop? Will you let me talk?
No. That's like you took the escalator and said, as a stair walker.
It's nothing like that. Here's why it's different.
It's very much the same.
No.
Yes.
No. It is like that. It is like that.
No.
It is like that if you're also walking up the escalators. You have to pedal. You have to pedal. On an escalator, you don't have to walk.
Oh, my gosh.
As a bike rider.
No.
I love the scenes where she's
you're
riding.
Next thing you're going to say you're a cyclist.
Listen. I love the scenes where she's riding her bike. I thought the basket on the front of it was just adorable, and I probably need to go ahead and get one of those. My biggest thought while watching this, though, is she lives on a mountain, of a hill. And when she
that
comes
should
home,
tell you you're not a bike rider there.
I know. No, listen. There's a reason why I got the bike I did.
As an e-bike rider.
Okay, Dan, I don't need it from you. I don't need it. She comes down the hill coming home from work. Every day she's cranking up that hill. She's with no electric. So I'm
with an actual bike is what you're saying.
I guess. I kudos to her. And I just want to say from one bike rider to another,
no.
Let's go for a ride sometime.
From one e-bike rider to a real cyclist.
She's a
You have to pedal.
You have to do the bare minimum.
You have to pedal.
The bare minimum.
It will
There's
not
a literal motor.
You
on
have
the bike.
to continue to
It's the
pedal.
laziest thing I've ever seen. What's easier?
It's the laziest
What's
thing
easier,
you've ever
walking
seen?
up a hill or riding that e-bike up a hill?
Riding a bike up a hill is easier
Than walking it?
than walking it.
Riding an e-bike is, not an actual bike.
Well, it depends on what gear you're in.
Act like you got gears over there.
Oh, I have gears on my bike.
Stop it.
It's a bike.
Stop it. E-bike. Man, I can't believe you.
You have to pedal. That's a motivational.
You
poster
have
right
to
there.
pedal.
I can't believe you're trying to lump yourself in with real cyclists.
Oftentimes in life, you go out there and you think the bike's going to do all the work.
No.
And you go to
Not
work
if you're a
day
real
after
cyclist.
day
No.
thinking the bike's going to do all the work. Here's the news, everybody. You're not going to get to where you want to go in life without pedaling. You have to pedal.
If you pedal a little bit, the bike will do the rest.
It will not.
It'll do the rest for you.
It will not.
Good gosh.
You act like you just pedal once and you're done.
Hashtag you have to pedal, Dan.
Thanks, Bran.
Go ahead, Dan.
Thanks, Ryan,
Thanks,
as well.
Dan, Bran,
Thanks,
Bran,
Ryan.
thank you
Thanks,
both.
Bran. Thank you both. Appreciate it. Good. Thank you, Aaron. I will say this. this movie, which didn't work for me hardly at all, the gift of the wreath made of gloves that he gives her is a really, really impressive gift. Like, that's like thinking, listening.
That's like thinking.
That's hitting all the marks of a great gift. He remembered the conversation. He makes this. It's a beautiful gift. I thought it was really well done. And unfortunately, because she's mad at him because he's over there locking arms with Rebecca, and like that's a whole different conversation. I feel like that gift doesn't get the moment that it deserves because it's a great gift. And I thought that was maybe the highlight of the movie.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not on a motorcycle.
Thanks, Ryan.
I'm not on a scooter.
Brand,
Thank you. Hey, bud. Thanks.
Brian, Aaron, thank you.
Hey, guys. Let's take a quick break. We'll come back with the Wait, What, and the What the Hallmark here on
Deck the Hallmark.
Deck the Hallmark. Hillary's saying, have we seen a video of said bike yet? No. Maybe I will ride it into a session at Bramblefest. How about that? I just ride it through the halls
of the Courtyard Marriott.
Courtyard Marriott.
That's right.
Play Rollin' by Limp Bizkit.
Oh, yeah, man.
It's going to crush. It's going to crush. Let's get to the Wait What's. We're talking about when this movie made us go, wait, what? Ryan.
What you don't understand is that without Gordon Bombay coming in 35 minutes into Detroit.
35? You mean an hour 35? How dare you 35?
The movie's not even 5 minutes long. But thank you, Brent. So why did she have this Christmas sweater in a cupboard in the kitchen?
Yeah.
Was that
that's a tough one.
And how did she not open that cupboard in the kitchen for 9 months?
Yeah.
It's a cupboard in the kitchen. I didn't get that.
That was tough. That was my first one on my list. There's just no world where you keep a sweater, one sweater, folded up in your kitchen cabinet, and you didn't know it was there for 9 months. No way, no how.
Just put that scene in her room or something with Jewel State. Like, I didn't understand
If you don't keep your late husband's sweaters that he's given to you in a cabinet in the kitchen, where else are you keeping it?
Yeah, that's right.
Just the logical place.
Just the one. It's not a cabinet full of sweaters you don't want to open because that's the sweater cabinet. It's one sweater in the cabinet.
That singular
that
one.
He gave in earnest.
Yeah, he did. In earnest. Not a bit. He gave it in earnest.
It is clearly an
Nobody
ugly
laugh
sweater.
at this ugly sweater.
Which I love ugly Christmas sweaters. They're my jam. I wear them a lot. In earnest? Like,
Come on.
Does he not think it's ugly?
No, he thought it was beautiful.
In earnest.
In earnest.
Yeah. Put it in the cabinet where it belongs.
Move
the cup.
It's a serious gift. If I die, I don't want you to laugh about this gift.
Now put it in the kitchen. Tim's Trees didn't have an apostrophe on the sign. That annoyed me. But belly whopper. What is a belly whomper? We're here. What is it?
We don't know, but apparently Cameron uses that to say that the kid has a stomach ache.
Yeah, for those listening at home,
he says Connor's got the belly whompers.
Connor's got the belly whompers.
That's not a saying. You're from up north, Ryan. I'm from down south.
Sure.
Brian, you're from Florida, Maine.
What's that?
You're
What?
like the
What?
belly whompers.
You've got the belly whompers?
Oh, buddy.
But I'm sorry, bud.
Belly whompers.
How old is... We see Connor. Connor's somewhere in between 5 and 15 years old.
Yeah.
Because I don't know.
Somebody get me 3 cc's of morphine. This kid's got the belly whompers.
Yeah, Uncle. I got a case of whomps. I can't make it in today.
Is it the belly whompers?
At what age can you no longer use that as an excuse? What's the age of accountability?
At Connor's
there?
age.
Yeah.
I think it's too old.
I can't go to school today for my algebra test.
I'm gonna miss karaoke at Bramblefest. I got a case of the belly whompers.
You are not missing karaoke.
How dare you? How dare you?
I got to figure out my song. Maybe I'll just hum the Mighty Ducks theme. So if he goes to the senior center every year, how is it possible he can't get there without GPS?
No, that's a great one. That's another great one. I only had a few down, and you're knocking them all out of the park.
I got a few more. Tell me if I need to stop. I usually don't have this many.
From the town.
Yeah.
He drives an old 1990 F-150. He's been doing this route for years. And he's like, I can't. You're going to have to navigate for me. I couldn't possibly make it to the place that I drive every year, and now I have for 25 years. Couldn't do it.
Yeah.
It's absurd.
absurd to me. I have a couple more. If I agree, Dan. And thank you. Cameron Matheson says that he fell for Kelly Martin because she pushed an ornament ever so gently across the table. If that's all it takes, we have a real problem here. We gotta. And also, her back was turned to him. Like has he never seen anyone like be polite before?
Every man's struggle. Am I right?
You know.
So when that woman slides that ornament across,
well, what are you gonna do, man?
Let me tell you.
You're helpless there.
And then I'm sure all of us have this to a degree. The Bran, you said you love the moment when she gets the ornament in the mail from her dead husband. It's a two-pronged thing for me. The one, I know what the film was going for, but correct me if I'm wrong. She gets a letter from her dead husband and immediately just throws it on the ground.
Yeah.
Well, I know they were going for shock, but she then immediately opens the box. So it wasn't like she was shocked. I just thought she threw the letter. And then she's talking to Jewel State, and she goes, "Oh, I got a sign from my dead husband." And that's it. It's a passing mention. This man just wrote you a letter from the grave. I would be traumatized for the rest of my existence. And she's like, I got to go find Cameron Matheson. And that was that. I didn't like it.
And I love that it said, I believe it said something like from February. Like it wasn't written. There wasn't a postmark. It just says dated February.
Yep.
Like, just so you know, someone didn't do this now. We have made it very clear. We ran it through the printer to say dated February. And I want to be clear about that.
If I take
so
something
nobody
like
say that it's a bit because it's real. It says dated February, and that's when he died.
Definitely wasn't Cameron Matheson.
So there's no postmark here or stamp. You just know that we know it's from February.
Can you imagine an alternate universe where Cameron Matheson finds out that the ornament shattered, so he does this?
Yeah.
Also, in all seriousness, I'm comforted to know that we use Times New Roman in the afterlife. It made me feel really good.
Yeah, not a handwritten note, by the way.
New heavens, new earth, new Times Roman. Am I right, everybody?
Amen.
Am I right?
Amen.
That's good. That's good. That's it. Hey, listen, if you ain't getting that, this is good preaching. That's on you.
You have to pedal.
You have to pedal.
Go ahead. Bran, it's on you. Thank you.
So she is... People love her cookies. They go nuts over her cookies. I got to be honest with you. I've never in my life seen such a bad drizzle job in my life.
Terrible.
There is a scene where she's drizzling like caramel on a cookie.
Oh, it's a mess.
And it's coming out in clunks. She's like going like this while she's talking, like, let me think about this, as it drizzles down, as she's like thinking.
She's flinging caramel
flinging it
drizzle
left
everywhere.
and right.
Nuts.
That's friggin' nuts over here. Are you kidding me? This movie, this is my last one because I got the belly bumpers. This movie needed one of those like flash trigger warnings at the beginning of it, where it's like, hey, if you this has like a lot of flashing lights, so like beware, because there's a scene at the Ugly Christmas Sweater Party where this guy's flashing his camera.
Oh my goodness.
And it is just like,
I had to turn away from the screen.
It's like a strobe light just going nuts over there for like 10 seconds straight. You got to put a warning on that now, guys. Come on. Dano?
It was a different time.
Yeah.
Different time.
Thanks, Bran. Thanks, Ryan. Appreciate both of you.
Thanks, bud.
No, thank you. Love you. You guys took, I'm not joking, I have 3 left. You took 6 of mine. That's very, very impressive. Can we talk about how overboard everyone is about these Christmas cookies? Like they've never had a single solitary Christmas cookie in their life. Guys, I got news for you. I'm not trying to make anybody feel bad.
Oh, boy. Here it comes.
Christmas cookies have a 6 of 10 ceiling. 6 of 10. They're not designed to win any awards.
Statement.
They have a 6 of 10. I've never had one. A 10 of 10 Christmas cookie is a 6 of 10. They're Christmas cookies. They're not designed to like go out and make all year long. They're a part of a Christmas beverage and a Christmas cookie and the whole bit. Stop it. Stop it now. Yes, Ryan.
No, I listen, I just try to defend you all the time, and
Then you go say something dumb like this.
And you say something like that, and you're giving all of us the belly whompers.
Oh, sure. Bran got it when eating too many Christmas cookies.
I did get the belly whompers.
It's true.
I got the belly whomp. Yeah, boy, I keep going.
Did you hear about that, Ryan?
No, you got the belly whompers?
Yeah, so when we sold, when this book right here was coming out.
Oh, that one? That's still available wherever you buy your books?
When that was coming out, we decided that we would do a It was like a pre-order push. For
Normally
Christmas
we
in
go
July.
close up there on the camera, but it's not a big deal. Whatever you.
How about
want
this
to do
right
is
there?
great. There we go.
Woo!
There it is. It's on my
Look at
coffee
that.
table every December.
Look at that.
Yeah.
We did a live stream where anybody who pre-ordered the book and sent us a receipt, we'd eat a cookie.
That's right.
And
Yeah.
it was a mistake.
You should go and watch it, Ryan.
It's
Because we had
on
to eat
YouTube.
127 cookies.
Right.
And then Bran bowed out, and Panda and I ate 50 plus cookies each.
I bowed
Because
out.
Bran was chucking it up in the bathroom.
Chuck it up in the bathroom.
Yeah. True story.
Oh, man.
Belly Whompers.
You and Joey Chestnut should do like
Me.
a TED Talk.
Yeah.
About the do's and don'ts.
That's right.
Joey Chestnut's insane.
He's ridiculous.
Did you see this Joey Chestnut quote from yesterday where he walked out of the locker room like Stone Cold
Yeah.
Steve Austin was like,
Yeah.
I don't care. We are NYPD be damned. We are doing the
We're
hot dog
eating.
It's
contest."
ridiculous.
We're eating, and then
What an icon.
and then he like his intro is insane. Like the guy doing the announcing is insane, like he always is. But he's
George
doing
Russell.
a full like he's having he's getting the shakes on. He's like he's crazy.
Yeah.
Joey Chestnut's wild.
I can't watch it. I can't watch it.
I'm still team. I'm
art.
still team Kobayashi. What?
Yeah, give me
Yeah.
that on pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Kobayashi Chestnut for all the marbles.
Now
Put it on a
we
poster,
could get a
as we say.
pay-per-view going for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he
man.
can't do it. That's the whole problem.
You can't.
Major League Eating. It's a monopoly.
It's a monopoly. They got it just locked down over there. They are insistent that they call the exercise where you go and ride a stationary bike, which is still more of a bike than an e-bike. They are insistent on calling that spinning class. And for the life of me, it's like none of them on the movie have ever heard of spin class or cycle, and they have just decided that the kids these days are doing this thing called spinning class. It's like if someone's grandma was relaying all the information to them through like a game of telephone. So everyone in the movie says spinning class, and it is absurd. It's just patently absurd that they do it.
To say that a stationary bike is more of a bike than
Do you know why
an
it
e-bike.
is? Do you know why it is, Brand? It's because you have to pedal. Got him. Thanks, Brand. Thanks, Brian. I got one more.
I'm not
if you
gonna.
don't
I'm
mind.
not gonna thank you the rest of the episode. And
all
you're
right.
gonna have to sleep tonight.
Yeah, I see.
Knowing
You're
that.
still thanking me in your heart. I can see it.
Thanks, pedals.
Thank you. Yeah. Lastly, Cam is touring Kelly Martin through the Christmas tree farm he bought all of a sudden, and he says, right over there is where I'm going to build the horse barn, as opposed to what? Right over there is where I'm going to build the cow barn, the people barn. You just say barn, bro. You don't say Kelly doesn't so here are the trees and here's the people barn. Right over there is the horse house. The horse is going to get the garage and the house.
You say horse?
The barn's going to get the people and the cars. The Christmas trees will fend for themselves. I don't what is he talking about? The horse barn. A barn. It's a barn on a farm. We don't need anything else. We don't need it from you, Cam. We don't need a horse barn from your spinning
listen,
class.
that's easy for you to say from your person building, in the
your person
safety of your
studio.
person
This
building,
is my person office here.
your
That's
person
right.
office.
Yeah, for sure.
Thank you
Thank you guys. I appreciate that.
Thank you,
I'm
Dan.
not-
That was inspiring.
I'm not saying a thing.
Well, you got to throw to the next segment, Brand. You're the host of the
Fine, I
show.
will. It's time for. It's time for. We'll go to
This
the next
episode
one.
shouldn't
Well,
count. If you're
but-
listening to this one, give us all a mulligan.
No.
If you don't like the bits and you want us to stay on task, give us a mulligan. Just re-tee it back up and try again tomorrow. That's all I'm asking you to do. That's it. And it's
time-
not Ryan's fault. It's
thanks.
our fault.
Okay, I felt like you were just going to blame me.
You did start with, you see these big red balls here?
You see- I don't even think he said red.
No, you just said, look at these
See
big balls
old
here.
Look at those big old guys. Those things are all amazing.
Look at those big old belly whoppers.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
You kidding me? You kidding me right now?
Willy Wonka's working on a new belly whomper candy. Can I get some Twizzlers, a large diet, and then give me a box of the belly whompers if you don't mind.
Oh, those last so long. Let's do this. Let's get to the Hallmark is where we wonder what could have been. Maybe haven't been clear what you still have. Ryan, what are you still wondering about?
I got two. The first one, I didn't really have a place for. Is this the only flick where a Hallmark keepsake ornament actually makes it into a Hallmark film?
No way.
If so, And if so, I thought, I'm just spitballing here. Like, there should be a movie set at a Hallmark store. I think it's 2023 is the time.
Meta-ness would work really well. Yeah, they do it occasionally. I feel like there's like one or two every year that like spotlight.
I popped pretty big. Like I just got my Christmas in July coupon from the paper store. I was super pumped. And then let's bring it back to the Rebecca of it all. I think her POV would have made for an interesting film in general, but also, and Dan, I think you're on my side. I understand that the film was trying to make her a fleshed out character in a very small amount of time. I think Cameron Matheson should have ended up with Rebecca.
I think he should have as well. But also, the scene in the Christmas tree lot, they link arm in arm and laugh and walk together through the Christmas tree lot. He then proceeds to say, hey, I'm never going to be with you. But the problem with that is that what he's doing completely betrays what he's saying. And so unlike almost every other Hallmark movie where the one person watches the other one or hears them and they take it out of context or they mishear it or missee it, this is not on Kelly Martin's character. This is on Cam Matheson's character because he's just walking arm in arm with this woman and like having the best of times. And later in the movie, he basically tries to gaslight her into thinking there was never anything there. He's like, no, you don't understand, Kathy. Like, I never was going to go back with Rebecca. No, this is not on Kelly Martin. It's on him. But to your point, Ryan, I 100% agree. I 100% agree with you. He should have ended up with Rebecca.
I don't think I've ever seen you this passionate. You like giving a full lecture.
No, go listen to the Blessing Bracelet episode. But listen, he should have ended up with Rebecca. Rebecca, like, they have a past. They clearly have good chemistry. Kathy's 9 months removed from a dead husband. That's pretty soon.
The husband sent a letter from the grave. You can't argue with that.
Wasn't even postmarked. It was just printed.
His ghost put it in the mailbox.
That's right.
When you walk down the road, putting mail in mailboxes. Was that it?
That's mine too. So you go ahead. Thanks, Bran. Thank you, Ryan.
Bran, thank you. Dan, thank you.
Ryan, thank you.
I think it's a good bit for the record.
Here's a question. I don't know if it's answered.
Hey, Brandon, I just got here. I'm sorry I'm late. I was kicked out of the studio. Did you start with the balls bit like you said you were going to?
Start with the balls bit.
You said no big balls.
I said
the
balls.
You say that you pedal a bike? That's a real funny one, too.
Rick, we're buds.
Hey, I got a little something for your bike.
What's that?
My pants.
You got anything for the horse barn?
Oh, the what?
The horse barn.
There's a horse barn? That's gotta be against all sorts of rules and regulations. It's 2023, Brand. You can't just say horse barn like that.
You're right.
It's not like dishes like the Pottery Barn. Very different.
Oh, that was layered, Rick.
That was.
Good job by
I'm here to help.
I'm still working through it, to be honest with you.
Pedal faster.
Here's a question that I don't know if it's answered or not in this movie. But why doesn't...
Thank you, Ryan. And thank you, Brandon. Thank you, Dan.
Thank you, Wrigley. Here's a question for you that I don't know the answer to. Why doesn't she just say, hey, we're no longer selling bikes? Instead, we're selling cookies.
No, buy me out of my lease.
Instead of someone buying her out of her lease so she has to go find another location, why not just make it into a bakery?
I think I actually have an answer there.
You have an answer?
It's because
it seems like there'd be some red
she
tape,
needs the money from the inventory and the lease being bought out to start the bakery.
Okay. I like that.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
What were you going to say?
I was going to say, to piggyback on that, like, the money it would cost to zone it for kitchen use, get it inspected, and install a kitchen in a bike shop, it would probably be cheaper just to sell all the inventory, and go buy a place that already has all that equipment.
I didn't know I had a bunch of city planners here. This is amazing.
Thank you, Aaron.
Yeah. Thanks, Aaron.
Thank you,
Appreciate
Aaron.
that. Thank you, Aaron.
Did we do it?
We did it.
It's debatable.
It is.
Yeah,
It's
you can
not
decide for
debatable.
yourself at home if we did it or not.
That's right. I just want to say this real quick.
Ryan will be live at Bramblefest, so everybody's going to get a ticket for this. I'm just letting you know.
If you're not watching on Philo, you missed out on a good episode.
Oh man, what a time
real
we
good
had.
episode from big balls to the end. It was real good time. So we're having a great time every Thursday, going back to an old movie. This one we did, and then this next one we're Hitch for the holidays is what we're doing next week, everybody.
Oh, Joey Lawrence.
Whoa, whoa!
Brotherly
We're gonna
love.
do it.
I got a great Joey. You want to hear my Joey?
Yeah.
You ready? Close your eyes.
Don't make me wait for it.
Get to the chopper.
We'll be back next time. Until then, Merry Christmas!
Deck the Hallmark is a Bramble Jam podcast. It's produced by Aaron Shea. For more information on Deck the Hallmark, you can go to deckthehallmark.com. For more information on the Deck the Hallmark family, you can go to bramblejamplus.com. Deck the Hallmark is presented by Philo TV. For a free trial of Philo, go to philo.tv/DTH.